for Calgary Edgemont has a question to ask.
Speaker, I've been calling on this government to fund for teachers, support staff and psychoed assessments so students have proper supports for learning. But today I'm asking questions about the building, not the staff. 2017 Major Modernization Plan showed Ranchland School to have $9 million invested into their schools for student learning environments by 2020. 2021, again, part of a 3-year plan at a cost now over $12 million. The school should be modernized today. To the Minister of Education, when will this overflowing community school expect to see their learning environments modernized?
The Honourable the Minister of Education has risen.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, Mr. Speaker, it's a priority for our government to make sure that we are building schools across the province, and we'll make sure that that gets done. And in addition, we recognize that at the same time we have to contend with potentially competing priorities, but we're committed to making sure that all these priorities get accomplished. That first, of course, is building new schools in our fastest growing communities, and secondly, we need to make sure that we're modernizing and upgrading any aging infrastructure that we have in the province. So we will ensure that we facilitate that, and we have put dollars aside to make sure that we're able to modernize schools.
The Honourable Member for Calgary Edgemont.
In my riding and their playgrounds are aging. Pieces of playgrounds are actually being removed because they aren't safe. And given that playgrounds increase academic performance, reducing disruptive behavior, promotes imagination, playing outside can build students' connection to new sights, smells, textures, and sounds. And given that we're in an affordability crisis and the cost of living is going up while wages are not, but families are expected to fundraise for needed learning items, leaving less areas behind. To the Minister of Education, when can parents stop fundraising for essential learning needs and expect the government to use our tax dollars to properly fund Alberta's student learning?
The Honourable Minister of Education.
Mr. Speaker, we have recently announced $125 million in new funding to support our school divisions. That's in addition to increase in overall funding in Budget 24. Mr. Speaker, of course, when it comes to playground infrastructure, when a school is modernized, the playground will also be modernized as well, and new schools are built with those capacities in place. I'm happy that the member has noted that we are indeed in an affordability crisis. I know that they haven't called on their ally in Ottawa to repeal the carbon tax and to reverse all of the inflationary policies that have led us to this situation, but we will make sure that Albertans have
the honourable member.
Given that the children of Sage Hill are travelling into the community of Hawkwood, my riding, and given that those same students in Hawkwood are now being bused to Arbor Lake in Calgary Foothills riding, and given all this busing across the ridings of Calgary Foothills and Calgary Edgemont is causing traffic and delays for parents and students every morning while we wait for overcrowded schools that are not in our own neighbourhoods, can the Minister of Education tell Calgary parents in the Northwest when the Sage Hill Concora Middle School will be built by the Alberta government?
The Honourable Minister.
Well, absolutely, Mr. Speaker. We are on side with parents in Northwest Calgary and in any other community that have to deal with excessive busing times to get their kids to and from school. That is exactly why our government took the lead and took the initiative in developing the new School Construction Accelerator program that will see 90 new schools built in our fastest growing communities. When our program is complete and these schools are built, we're confident that less students will have to deal with long busing commutes in order to get to school. We'll make sure they have the schools in their communities.